This is your Peace News for Wednesday, July 10th, 2013. Silver is trading at $19 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at $77 per Bitcoin. This episode brought to you by WeUseCoins.com. Learn about Bitcoin at WeUseCoins.com. Washington, D.C. man Henry Docter, age 52, calls himself the Phantom Planter. Last month, he took it upon himself to plant Morning Glories, Cardinal Flowers, and Cypress Vines at the Dupont Metro North Station. He planted over 1,000 flowers that would bloom red, white, and blue from August to October. But instead of greenery today and colors to come, the boxes, along with the escalators at the station, now feature dirt, a few straggling stems, and the occasional discarded soda can. The Phantom Planter said, quote, "It never occurred to me that the Metro would think it was more efficient to rip out the plants than to let someone water them." Apparently, despite living in Washington, D.C., the planter had no understanding of how government works. Just weeks ago, Michael McBride, the manager of Metro's Art in Transit program, said, quote, "We want to meet with the community and see what the community would like. We will move forward with their wishes, as long as they're reasonable, sustainable, and safe." No meetings have taken place since then. Metro tore out the foliage without waiting to solicit the neighborhood's opinion, as it said it had planned to do. Docter has engaged in stealth gardening in public places for more than 3 decades. He describes his work as performance art. He went public about it for the first time last month, after the government formally threatened to arrest and jail him if he watered, weeded, or otherwise cared for the flowers that he'd planted. A web petition defending him has attracted more than 3,600 signatures. Docter said, quote, "The fact is, not all performance pieces end in comedy. The flowers have been uprooted, but the memory of the gift remains in our brain. And that's something that no bureaucrat can ever take away." Something else bureaucrats can't take away are your bitcoins. Secure your bitcoins at blockchain.info. The Center for Investigative Reporting has found that doctors under contract with the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation sterilized nearly 150 female inmates from 2006 to 2010 without required state approvals. In violation of prison rules, at least 148 women received tubule ligations during those 5 years, and perhaps 100 more, dating back to the late 1990s, according to state documents and interviews. Dr. James Heinrich, who acted as obstetrician at Valley State, actually said that rendering unwilling inmates unable to procreate was a good thing, because it saved the state money on welfare. Gay marriage is already legal in over a dozen countries worldwide, but Costa Rica may set the most remarkable precedent yet by being the first to allow same-sex unions by mistake. This week, the Costa Rican Legislative Assembly voted for a change to its, quote, "law of young people," which covers social services and marriage laws. It was only once the bill had passed did unwitting conservative lawmakers realize that their liberal counterparts had inserted language that could open the door to civil unions for gay couples. In other news, Bitcoin exchanges operating in the UK do not have to register with the government under money laundering regulations. Agents of the British government suggested they are keeping a close eye on Bitcoin and said they may decide to change their stance in the future on how the digital currency is regulated. Meanwhile, in the US, the Department of Financial Institutions in California is charging the Bitcoin Foundation for operating as a money transmitter, which the foundation denies. Read their formal response in the show notes. This means Bitcoin will not be regulated in Canada, Netherlands, and now the UK. Learn more about Bitcoin at WeUseCoins.com. This episode made possible in part by friends of blockchain.info. Try the free Bitcoin wallet at blockchain.info. Subscribe at youtube.com/peacenewsnow and watch us on the next news network. For Peace News Now, I'm Derek J, reminding you that peace is the way.